I feel like a mean girl when I give a 0.75. I almost do it on purpose to like hurt the book's feelings. Like, ooh, you were almost great. Not quite. Hey everybody, welcome back to I Got Bored. My name is Aiden Vargas, and today we're going to be talking about how I star my books. I feel like every reader's star system is vastly different. It's unique and it's beautiful to every single reader. Some people, like myself, are insanely strict about how they star their books, and other people are super, super lax. So I thought that I would dive into the thought process behind my ranking system, because sometimes I feel like I tell you guys that a book is a 3.5 and then I'm ripping into it. I hate it. I'm spitting on it. I'm literally cursing the author who wrote it. That doesn't make any sense. And then other times I'm praising a book. I'm kissing its binding. I'm literally like in love with it, but it's a 4. Why is it not a 5? There's a reason for that, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. My 2 book review apps of choice are Pagebound and Fable. I stopped using Goodreads when I found out that it was owned by Amazon. I'm really trying to decrease the amount of real estate that Jeff Bezos has in my life. Plus, it's just not very fun or pretty. Like at all. I really love Fable because the user interface is so much more chic and clean. It has a monthly book tracker that I really love because I love to be able to just see what books that I finished every single month. It also has a widget where you can keep track of what days you read and didn't read, and it keeps track of your streaks. The yearly wrap up at the end of the year is really nice and really cute, and I love the fact that you can rate things 0.25, 0.5, and 0.75 because I love to get nitpicky with my ratings. There are 2 downsides to Fable, however, the first one being that all of the fun and more detailed stats are behind a paywall, which I don't really need another subscription in my life. The second is that they did get into a lot of heat for using AI. The reader community was up in arms and let Fable know that we were not chill with them using AI, especially because they chose to use AI in their like new reader summary horoscope thing that they had launched, which there's so many creatives in like the bookish space that could totally do that job. So they did release a statement saying they were no longer going to be using AI, but it's kind of hard to trust company fully after something like that. The reader summary is really cute, and I am glad that people are doing them now and not computers. It basically takes all of the books that you've recently finished and gives you sort of like a read on yourself. The reader summary that I have right now, based on the books that I just finished this week, is Dark Explorer. As you read, you make your way through stories of horror, scares, and psychological thrills. You love the rush of adrenaline these stories provide, facing fear and danger inside the maze of a book. Yeah, that's basically me. My second book tracking app, and the one that I hope to fully transition to in 2027, is Pagebound. I discovered Pagebound through TikTok. The TikTok algorithm did its freaking job. Pagebound is coded by women and they are anti-AI. Literally 100% written stance. They do not plan on using AI, thank God. Also, the user interface is literally freaking the cutest thing ever, and they're very focused on community. You can do quests, join book clubs, enter book giveaways, and every single book has like a Reddit style forum that you can post to, like theories and just comments. It's my favorite part of the app because my favorite thing about reading is the book community, is discussing books, is like swapping theories and like chatting with people. So I am constantly in those forums. Pagebound is also really on top of spoiler moderation, so you don't have to worry about spoilers. You can go into the forum and read up until the point that you're at in a book. I absolutely love just going in there on my downtime and seeing what other people think about the books that I've read up until the chapter that I'm in. I also like that the forum kind of leaves a paper trail for me to look back on. Like if one of my friends reads a book that I've already finished, I can go back and see what I thought about it at certain points in the book, or if I need to look back on my thoughts when I'm like writing a script for a book review. You can only rate things as a whole or a half, but you can use emojis to describe your books, and you can look up books based on a specific emoji, which I think is just really fun and unique. The only reason I haven't made a full transition to Pagebound just yet is that it is still relatively new. They're constantly pushing out new features, and I just want to give it time to really like become what it wants to be before I fully commit to only using that app. The reading wrap last year is a little bit lackluster, and they don't yet have a widget, but they did just add a reading tracker, which is my favorite feature about Fable that was keeping me from fully transitioning, so I'm really glad that Pagebound has one too. All in all, I do see myself transitioning fully to Pagebound by the end of this year because I think it's really developing into an app that values all the same things that I value when it comes to a book review app, so I'm really excited for that. Now onto my actual rating system. I like to think of the main numerical value that I give a book as like the adjective I would use to describe the book to another person. So if we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that would be like fine, bad, good, okay, great, fantastic. So if somebody's like, oh, did you like that book? And I say, yeah, it's good, it's a 3. It's fantastic, that's a 5. No, hated it, bad, 0 to 1. Is this purely opinion based? Yes and no. I like to think of it as 50% of that numerical value comes from vibes, feelings, the concept, the book, the characters, and then 50% does come from writing quality. I'm aware that writing a book is like a major, intense, hard feat, and I do want to take that into account at least a little bit when I'm scoring a book. I will rarely give a book less than 2 stars because writing quality tends to save it. So if I give a book less than 2 stars, it means that not only did I hate the story, but something about the writing quality was really, really bad. Or the book like deeply personally offended me for some reason. Additionally, I am one of those annoying readers that is like really, really, really stingy with my 5s. I view a 5-star book as like perfect, absolutely no flaws, and I will be thinking about it days, weeks, months past finishing this book. It's honestly more of a gut feeling more than anything else. There have been times where I'm absolutely in love, obsessed with a book, and I won't give it a 5 due to some sort of like outlying factor. Like maybe I absolutely loved and obsessed with a book and I'm telling everybody to read it, but it has like a trope that I hate, or a confusing timeline, or just something that just kept it from being perfect. A 5 is perfect. Perfect. According to my Pagebound, out of the 152 books that I have uploaded to the app, I have given out 22 5-star ratings, which is more than 10%, but it's not a lot, especially because at least 1/4 of those 5 stars are left over from like very, very old, young teenage reviews where I don't know what good literature is. So I'm stingy with my 5s. Is my system a little confusing? Maybe, but that's why I always do a written review. I always elaborate in my written review. I always add details in my written review. So my adjective scale helps me pick the main star number, and then that's where I start to get really nitpicky. There are certain things right off the bat that will either raise or lower a rating before I even get close to finishing a book. If a book has mixed media, I'm automatically adding 0.25 stars because I'm obsessed with mixed media in a book. I love it. I eat it up. Kiss for you. If a book has ghosts, especially some sort of sixth sense, they were a ghost all along, they never existed, figment of your imagination, automatically removing 0.25. I hate that trope on sight. I catch it every single time. As soon as the character that's a ghost is introduced, I know. There has not been a single book that has ever been able to pull this twist off and done it well. Sometimes I'll even take off a full 0.5 because I hate this trope so much. I have literally had multiple books, multiple 5-star quality books. I don't care how much I love it. You use my least favorite trope, I'm removing 0.25. I'm removing 0.5 for the fact that you offended me so much. Hate this trope. Hate it. I also really hate grammar errors. I do write in my book. I do correct the mistakes in the margins. If there's like 1, 2, 3 little tiny grammar mistakes, I get it. Things happen. You have to edit this entire book. You're going to miss something. A mistake, a chapter? I've had books that had a mistake a page. I'm ripping away some stars. I'm ripping away a whole star. I cannot stand grammar mistakes. It's a book. You should be writing it properly. I don't care how much I love your story. If it has grammar mistakes in it, you're not getting a 5. You're not getting a 4. Now let's get into my in-between numbers, my 0.25, my 0.5, and my 0.75, and the difference between them in my brain. If you get X 0.25, it means that you are just slightly better than that adjective. So if I give you a 3.25, it means you're just slightly better than good. Like, I can't just describe you as good. You had some sort of like je ne sais quoi, some sort of spice, something that made you slightly better than just good. A 2.25, that means you were just a little bit better than fine. Like, you're not fine. You've got some sort of interesting little quality that made you slightly better than fine. Side note, a 3, worst rating you could get from me. You'd think a 0 is the worst rating you could get from me. No, a 3. 3 means you are unoffensive. Average. I am not going to think about you past that book closing. My end of year wrapped, I'm going to look at your title and be like, who is she? Did I read this book? 3 means you made absolutely no impression on me, good or bad. I might as well have never read your book. You are average. You get a 0 from me? Impressive. How'd you do that? Did you have a chicken type your book? Like, that's impressive. A 3? Why'd we publish this? No impact. A 0.5, obviously better than 1. Not quite this one. So 2.5, better than fine, not quite good, solidly in the middle. For these, there's something big that is swaying it one way or the other. So maybe you were a really great book, but you had an insanely annoying character that made me want to pull my hair out. You're not getting that 4, you're getting that 3.5 because of that character. You were a great book, but I would punch that character in the face. Or maybe you were fine, but you just had some sort of like plot twist that gave you like brownie points. Like, I can't just say that you're fine. That plot twist was juicy. 2.5. 0.75, it's a tease. It's a, oh, you almost got there. Not quite. I feel like a mean girl when I give a 0.75. I almost do it on purpose to like hurt the book's feelings. Like, ooh, you were almost great. Not quite. 3.75. Ooh, if you tried a little harder, maybe you could have been a 4, but you're 3.75. It's like insulting to give a book a 0.75 to me. And I think it's funny every time I do it. In my head, when I read a book, every single book starts at a 5 for me, and then you slowly lose or gain back points over the course of the book. Some people might start at a 0 and you have to earn their affection, or I feel like most people might start at a 3, right in the middle, and you go either way. My husband doesn't think about his rating at all when he's reading a book, and maybe that's the best. It's probably the best way to do it. I feel like I think about the rating more than I think about the book sometimes. I always do my reviews on Fable first because of the 0.25 and the 0.75. And also on Fable, you can review the characters, the plot, the writing style, the settings. And underneath those star ratings that you give it, you can also give it like adjectives like action-packed, beautifully written, dense, repetitive, slow paced. So to sort of give people like a bit more information about those things. And at the end, you can choose content warnings, which I really like. And then I copy my review and I move it into Pagebound, where I round down my 0.25s and my 0.75s. You can't do like the little adjective things, but it does allow you to rate, I believe, the quality, the enjoyment level, the characters, and the plot on a 1 through 5 scale. And then you get to pick your emojis for it, which I absolutely love. I think it's just really, really fun and silly because I love to latch on to the most like minuscule, niche, mundane aspect of a book and choose that emoji. It doesn't have the whole scope of emojis. I wish, Pagebound, listen up, I wish that you could like copy and paste your own emojis or like upload your own emojis, because sometimes I have a really great idea for like, ooh, I'm gonna put this, it's gonna be so silly, and then they don't have it. I get really disappointed, but I really look forward to doing my emojis probably more than I should. You get to pick 3, and I love being silly and goofy with it. Anyways, that is a breakdown of how I score my books. Is it confusing? Maybe. Overly complicated? Yes. But every reader goes about their star system different. It's unique and beautiful to every single person, which I absolutely love. I do think I tend to score on the nicer side, despite what you might think after watching this video. I do think I am a bit too nice when I rate books. When I scroll through my page on my Fable, there are quite a few books, especially from my 75 Goodreads challenge, that I just would love to go back and lower, but I don't believe in changing my reviews, but they're too high. I feel like in the moment when I finish a book, I kind of like have a kinship with it and I give it the benefit of the doubt sometimes. I need to stop doing that. Some of these books don't deserve their 3s. But yeah, let me know in the comments some of your like bookish loves, bookish pet peeves that automatically make you like raise or tank a rating, and also how do you star your books? Do you think about it as much as I do, or are you just casual with it? Is it like a gut feeling sort of thing? I want to know. What do you do? I have my Fable on my Pagebound linked in the caption below if you guys want to connect, but other than that, I'll see you in the next chapter.